Welcome to Multiple Streams by Any Means, a podcast which focuses on showing our people different unique paths to financial freedom and wealth. And I'm your host, Bam, and today we have a special guest. He's former broker at Goldman Sacks, a big firm on Wall Street. He's owner of the brand Immortal Fitness, Immortal Investments. He's also a venture capitalist for a cryptocurrency market. Today we have my brother, Goldman Stacks.
What's up, brother?
What's up, man? How you doing today?
Pretty good. How you?
Doing great, man. So what brought you to Atlanta?
Out here just kicking it with family, you know what I mean?
Oh, you got family out here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Goldman Stacks, man. So Stacks, where you from, man?
Originally from Chicago, raised in Chicago, but have been living in LA for like the last, say, about 12 years.
Okay, Chicago. Was it rough coming up in Chicago?
I mean, yeah, of course, everybody got they, stories about Chicago, but for me, it's pretty mild, I'm kind of used to that, but I want something better for me, so I just made it out, you know what I mean? Well, by any means, So
Just like the
you know what I
podcast
mean?
say.
By any means, bro.
No, okay, cool. So like, what type of kid were you growing up? Athlete, musician,
Both.
hustler?
Yeah, all
Okay.
three actually. Yeah,
All three.
All three, man. I made sure I made a way for myself to get money on my own and not be dependent on nobody else. You know what I mean? If I wanted something, I went out and hustled and got it the right way. You know what I mean? And then after that, as far as like athlete, yeah, I played, ball. I played football, basketball.
Okay.
I did box for a little bit too. So
Oh, for real?
track, long distance, short sprinting, and all that. It doesn't matter to me. I did all that.
I see. That's where the fitness background come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been doing some boxing too. So I always wanted to do karate coming up. I
Yeah.
saw Power Rangers when I was like 5, and I was like, man. So then it's like, I always ask my parents to get me like in martial arts, karate or something.
Yeah.
They'll always come up with some excuse, bro. Like, too expensive, we ain't got the time, or they don't do that in this area. So
Yeah.
I remember my first time watching Rocky. That's kind of, I'm on my fitness thing too. So
Gotcha.
I saw that and I was like, okay. And I just pick up, like I see Bruce Lee do a move, but Rocky is like, okay, he kind of taught him how to do the jab. So
Yeah.
so like I always was the type, like we'll do like backyard boxing coming up.
Exactly.
So recently though, I started doing like I go to boxing gyms and like I hire trainers and stuff. So I've been kind of serious on it for like the past couple years.
Yeah.
But I ain't finna compete in no tournaments and nothing. I just do it for the mental.
Okay.
But yeah, man. So like, what was your first hustle coming up?
I mean, my first hustle coming up was like something like small, like, selling CDs and selling candy or something like that as a kid. You know what I mean? As a kid, that's how I made my first like $10,000.
Yeah.
Like really just flipping CDs, flipping candy, stuff that I could legally do while I was in school. But then after that, like I got into wanting to make beats and stuff like that. So then I started making beats for like different artists locally. And then I started selling like 500 at a time, $1,000 at a time. And then that was my first little come up as a teenager,
All right. So you said you made 10,000. You had 10,000 saved up.
I had 10,000 saved up just from like doing little hustles on the side.
Like how old was you?
Like probably like 14, 15.
Yeah. No, it's you different. I was like, so I remember I got my first stack selling candy. So 15, I was probably like around 2.5 stacks.
Yeah.
Cutting 2.5 stacks.
Yeah, I cut grass too. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
that. I did that too.
I ain't really like this. Like,
I ain't like cutting no grass.
yeah,
It's
people,
too much
bro.
labor.
People, I never forget this lady, man. She bro, her grass is always fucked up, bro. So you pass by it every day. It's like, you really need me, but it's like, okay, I would still do the grass for like $20, $25 back then.
Yeah.
Cause I know if they earn the business, then I can start adding stuff. It's like drag me through the mud, bro. Like it was a few people that was cool. Yeah. They were like, shit, it's better than paying 50 or 100 or whatever.
Exactly.
Man, it's like drag me through the mud stuff. Like before she gave me that dub, boy, I did it. Boy, I turned to weed eating. And I'm trimming hedges, all type of shit, bro. And I'm like, man, I don't like service-based business, bro.
Exactly.
Cause like you gotta cause I mean, you gotta over deliver. You got to over deliver and you gotta make sure they're satisfied. It's like I can't do that with this one lawnmower and charge you a third of what. And it's like the people, and the people like that will drag you through. It's like whatever. So I like product-based businesses or like
exactly.
But when it come down to just like satisfying, like you got to over deliver, and that just like wasn't. I don't like trading time for money, and that's kind of what that was too. Because it takes time to cut the grass, as opposed to candy. You just set up your shop.
Just come through.
They come.
They come to you really.
They come to you. It's perfect. You feel needed. You know what I'm saying? I remember I had a play beeper. I was 11, like had a play beeper. It didn't work, but
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like I pretend like it worked. You know, just to feel like I was doing something back then, man. So
Right.
all right, so cool, man. You said you played sports all through high school.
Throughout, most of high school,
Yo,
not the whole time, but yeah, I did varsity and all that.
yeah. Did you have siblings growing up?
My siblings is way older than me. They like at least 11 or 12 years older than me.
Oh,
So
for real?
I grew up kind of like by myself. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
for real?
it kind of like made me a little bit more, self-reliant and not having to really depend on nobody.
Yeah, cause they a distance like it's not like it was 2-3 years older. They like a decade over.
Exactly.
So
and
you
they was out the house by the time I really,
elementary dog.
yeah, they was gone. So.
It was school a big thing in your household?
Nah, I mean, they made sure that I went to school and stuff like that, and I, really, took it serious, and I made sure I did it for myself too. It wasn't just really them, putting it on me. It was really me wanting better.
You was a good student.
Yeah, and I would say I was good.
Yeah, I was pretty. It was like so I grew up in South Fulton,
Okay.
and if you just Google it, not the best school district. Actually, one of the worst. Like when it come down to the nation
Right.
or the state. So I was like always cool. Like my mom was a school person, so I wasn't really ever in love with school. I wasn't like spelling bee or honors, but it was just like, you forced to do this homework by the time you make it to middle school. You actually have study habits where some people just
Right.
fuck homework. They don't even do homework and it's
Yeah.
whatever. So then I ended up going to a school. It's called Riverwood. So it's like on the north side. So I'm from the south side. Then it brought me to the north side. Like it would bring us from the south side to the north side, and you kind of blended in on this program.
Yeah.
Kind of like
They got that in LA too, or at least they
Yeah.
did have that. Yeah.
damn near like affirmative action. Dog,
Yeah,
just to
I
be
already know.
honest with
I
you,
already
bro.
know. Yeah.
But it kind of put me ahead though, and it's like I never really was a huge school person, but people would like, oh, you go to this school, okay, we gon' don't be out here with us, go to school, stay in school, and overall it's kind of like my academic skill set is kind of increased. So
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say I was always a great student, but it kind of like turned out that way. So you started doing music in school?
Yeah. I started doing music in school. And then like where I went to school was like Homewood Flossmoor High School, and that was in like the south suburbs of Chicago. So like growing up in the south side and then like going to the south suburbs of Chicago for school and all that, it was like kind of like what you were saying. Like
Yeah.
it was a good school district and all that, and we had like good academics and athletics. So it was pretty good, like a good experience, with that. And then what like really like kind of made me want to go fully into music. I mean, I started off like learning how to read sheet music through like playing instruments. So like I played like the sax and all that kind of stuff just to really understand the background of how to play different notes, So then it grew from, playing the sax to then, playing keyboards and then actually playing on different, instruments. And then when I started like recording it and making it into beats, and I was like, oh shoot, all these like things that come in my head, now I can actually put it down and hear it later, So I'm like, all right, yeah. So then I started making beats. And then back then, my name was the Young Hustla, because I was, that was my thing, like being a hustler. Like everybody know me for whatever hustle I got going on.
What you got for sale? What you got going on?
Yeah. I already got some kind of hustle going on. So
Yeah.
that was my name back then, the Young Hustler. And I started making beats back then, and then that was one of my hustles.
No, okay. So you was like, you'll charge somebody to make a beat, shit like that.
Yep. I was working with different artists, like I said, like locally. And like one notable one was like Bump J back in Chicago.
Yeah, I heard it
like,
before.
Like I knew his sister, so she was like, yeah, just send me beats and I'll give it to him. And then that's what like really got me going, you know what I mean? Because like he had got signed to Atlantic and stuff like that, so he was doing
he got signed eventually?
Yeah, he eventually
was, I didn't even know if he was signed or not.
Yeah, he was signed for a minute.
You working with the label.
Yeah, then he went and did his own thing somewhere else, but yeah, that's what kind of like got me into it. Cause I was like, okay, yeah, now I'm working with like a artist that got something going on.
Yeah.
And then I started like, moving to dealing with other artists too. Like, Soulja Boy or Sean Kingston and all this kind of
They work with a Big Draco?
Yeah.
Is that Sean Kingston too?
Yeah, Sean Kingston, he ain't ever pay me, yo.
Yeah.
He still owe me money.
Ah, man.
But you know what I mean, like I started like dealing with artists like that, and I was like, okay, cool. I can actually get some money.
pay up, Sean Kingston. No, I was just playing, man. It's got nothing to do with me, but I guess when you said Soulja Boy and Sean Kingston, it reminded me when he was beefing with Quavo.
Oh yeah,
That shit had me laughing like that whole. Well, I think it lasted about a week. That shit was so funny. But okay, so cool. Where'd you go to college, bro? Did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to college. You know, I went to Purdue University at first.
Okay.
You know, and I went there for like business management.
Okay.
At the Kerner School of Management back then, and it was good, man. It was a good experience. Just only thing is, like, it was in the middle of Indiana, bro. Like, that was depressing as hell. Cause like,
Right.
like being over there, it was like nothing to do outside of the campus. You know what I mean? So it was like 40,000 students. It was a mixed crowd.
Oh, it's a big school.
Yeah, big school.
Okay.
You know, yeah, it's like top 30 school in the country. You know what I mean? So
shit.
it was a good school, but
What type of grades you had to get in a school like that?
I probably think you probably need at least like a 3.2 or something like that GPA.
And good test scores.
Yeah, good test scores. I probably like then I think they were like in the Midwest who was like primarily doing like the ACT test scores instead of the SAT. So probably like around like over 24 or 25 to get in, you know.
Yeah, nah, I feel you. See, that's why I never had like the best test scores. I was like, cool, you know, I can get a B in the class easy.
Yeah.
If I tried really hard, I could probably get an A, and I ain't gonna get lower than the C, but I could pull a C up.
Right.
But that's what's up. So I went to a smaller school. It's called Albany State University. It's in South Georgia. It's actually a HBCU.
Okay. Dope.
So like I graduated high school. So after going to I ain't gonna say white school. It's the multicultural school.
Okay.
I was kind of ahead because of the way they scheduled the classes.
Yeah.
And most people will fill their schedule up with extra classes, but I'm like hell no, I don't want to take no honors. I'm not gonna pick up a soccer, whatever. So
Yeah.
I ended up going to an alternative school, Frank McLaren. It's basically like the bad school, but it's cool. It was easy. You know, you're in there for 2 hours, and it's damn near like special ed. You know the guys that's in class when you in like high school, and every time y'all take a test, somehow they go to a smaller classroom. It's only 4 of them, and they always manage to get a good grade.
Yeah, I'm like, how y'all pull that up?
Yeah, it was damn near a school full of that, man. So I took advantage, and I used to like after school. I was kind of like the hustler. I would just venture off. I'd be like at the 5 Points. That's like the downtown strip mall kind of thing. Like not strip mall, but it's like downtown. And I end up going to like the AUC. That's like Clark and stuff.
Right.
And I find other people that I knew that went to AUC. So I hang out after school. And I was like, I can't really afford this school, but I was like, I ended up finding that just through that. Just okay, what's a similar vibe with? But it's a smaller school, bro. I never been to a larger campus, so I guess what you think an advantage would be to going to a big school like that?
Networking, bro. Like you got all those different networks, you know what I mean? Like
real organization, real money in the school.
Real money in the school, but then on top of that, like I understand like the need for going to HBCUs, but then I also understand the, PWIs.
Hell yeah.
Because like with PWIs, you connecting with more people outside of just, our people.
Brother, yeah, even like how you need both, bro, because at the end of the day, somebody in your shoes, like the reason why I did go there is because I couldn't. So it's like if you can't afford to go to no PWI, get the scholarship.
Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up. Go to a local one, but understand it's gonna be more on you to make some shit work as opposed to like being a combination of you and their resources. You know what I'm saying? Ain't really that many resources. Like I never saw no fancy internship opportunity, or we didn't have like a lot of like we had Rick Ross went to high school before he ended up I guess selling crack / being a correctional officer, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He played a little football, and it's like not really a lot of resources. It's more love. Like more people feel like cousins. Like even people that I don't like at schools, like they feel like I feel like they cousins.
Yeah.
But okay, cool. Yeah, even like how you said you worked at Wall Street. If I had the resources, I would have. Because those are like my favorite type movies, like Pursuit of Happiness, Boiler Room.
Exactly.
Fucking Wolf on Wall Street. I just watched that the other day. Even stuff like The Big Short. Those would be like my favorite movies. You know what I'm saying? I would have, and like if I had an opportunity, I would have been just as hungry as Chris Gardner. As far as like I would have walked there every single day just to
get that opportunity.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Shit, how you end up making the Wall Street, bro? Well, you went to a good school for one.
Well, I mean that's like more like pre-college situation with me because like what I did before I went to college was I went to this thing called the LEAD program. It's the Leadership Education and Development Program, and I even put like even people that came behind me on that. But like what that was like during high school, you had to be like a junior high school or something like that, right?
Right.
So you sign up for the summer program, and then you would actually pick a university where the program was like enrolled in
Right.
that summer. You go there that summer, and then you get the opportunity to speak with like different. I'll say you get the opportunity to speak with different, firms that were local in that area, right?
Oh, that's lit.
So when I was in high school, I actually attended the program at the University of Illinois, and then from there, we got to speak with like Price Waterhouse Coopers, KPMG, all these other like big firms, and we were already in their network just from being there as high school students. So then by the time college came, when they were offering things like internships or like what I did was, like a summer analyst position at Goldman. I had already had a step higher than a competition just from being in that program. You know what I mean? Because they saw that I was like dedicated even before I got into my major. So
Yeah, exactly. That shows something, bro. People
Yeah.
switch their majors.
yeah, people switch their majors
They
all the
drop
time.
classes and all. Yeah.
Yeah, but they saw that I was dedicated to what I was wanting to do. So then when it came down to actually, applying, they saw my name there, and then they was like, okay, well, cool, let's put him down as as that summer analyst, and that's how I got my first position, and that was in like 2010 as a financial analyst position, summer financial analyst. So it was
That's
pretty
lit.
cool. Yeah, that was pretty dope. So I was like,
Hard, bro.
yeah, that was pretty dope. But yeah, I did that while in college. That was the first time that I went to Goldman, and it was cool little experience. And then that's how I thought of the name Goldman Stacks, because I was
Yeah, it's lit.
I'm like, I can't be no Young Hustler all my life, bro. Like I'm
You
gonna have
made
to
it to the
outgrow
top, bro.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to outgrow that
Wall
name.
Street, that, bro. That's the top. All this
Yeah, so I'm like, I gotta outgrow that name. So I outgrew that name, and then graduated up to the level while I was at the office on 200 West Street. I'm like, bro, like I can't be calling myself no Young Hustler no more. So
You graduated, bro.
yeah, graduated. So now it's time to stack up. So it's Goldman Stacks now. So that's what my name is as far as a producer and all that.
So for anybody that's never heard of Goldman Sachs, it's like top firm in Wall Street. It's not Bank of America, like that's like the bottom, as far as financial services industry. Wall Street is like the top of the top. They say it's harder to get on Wall Street than going to Princeton and Harvard, bro. So it's like, less than, I think they have like less than a 14% application acceptance rate. That's pretty good. And also one thing he highlighted was the fact that he joined these organizations dedicated toward introducing young people to these top firms. So if anyone is in school, because I know I didn't make it in corporate America, but had I took some more advice and maybe communicated more with recruiters, or there's these organizations dedicated toward, putting people that are at a certain age or position in life and connecting them with professionals. That's a must, because when I graduated, like the biggest thing they said was no experience. We can't hire you. Then I'm the type of person also, I might not give you the most banging first impression. Like most of the time I gotta show you a little more. Like I gotta show you the work ethic. It might take more than an elevator pitch or an hour interview for me to actually show my worth. So that'd be a cool opportunity for someone for you to show your worth without being basically without being so competitive. Meaning like, once it's time to eat, once you graduate, it's time to eat. It's more, it's more pressure, when it comes down to hiring you. But if you're just kind of going for an intern position, or you're just going to, help out a firm for a summer, basically an internship opportunity, apprenticeship opportunity, I feel like that's the easier way to get your foot in the door. So I feel like that's some advice for anyone who want to jumpstart their career, because one of the biggest things they say for people that graduate college is we can't find a job in our major, and that's because I feel like we don't really, the time that you're in school, you got time, but when you graduate, you like, damn, I need money, so I just take anything. So, well, yeah, man, so cool, man. How'd you like working on Wall Street?
Man, that was dope. Like, cause it was actually the work. You actually did work. It wasn't just like like entry level internship. It was like an analyst position. So you actually had to do the work as an analyst for that summer, and they paid you a stipend, but you actually had to do the work, and it was actually really dope to really see that. But in that summer, or I saw them in 2010, and I got a preview of it that winter. Then came back that early part of that summer, so of 2011, right? So, yeah, it was really interesting to just see like New York, New York City, and be there for that period of time,
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
And then you got some top, like, I ain't gonna lie, that's like somebody like me, that would have been like a dream. I ain't gonna even lie, like working on Wall Street.
Yeah, that young too. Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, cause I was watching Boiler Room. They said he was like Biggie Smalls said, I ain't got no jump shot, so I got to sell crack rock. I ain't have Goldman Stacks, so I had to sack up something, man. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't get caught. Here I am today, so that's it, man. Don't do drugs, kids. But anyways, man, nah, that's dope, bro. Like that would have been like a dream come true. So as a financial analyst, what type of clients did you have?
We had all different kind of like clients that were clients of Goldman.
Yeah, they got a big book, bro. It's Goldman, bro.
It's like you had all different kind of clients, like just.
But you wasn't in charge of bringing in new customers. You were just kind of like giving clients and analyzing.
Yeah.
And all right, to even bank with Goldman Sachs, like what type of bank account you got to have to even bank with them, or do you?
They changed it now. Back then it was like more strict, but now they got this thing called Marcus by Goldman Sachs. So y'all can sign up for that, if y'all want to. But it's like no minimums, no minimum deposits, nothing like that. But back then it was a whole lot more strict on like if you wanted to have Goldman as a broker.
You said Marcus?
Marcus, M-A-R-C-U-S, like the name.
What would be the advantage of banking with Goldman at this like?
Okay, I would say and this is just in general, high yield savings accounts. Like if you get a high yield savings account, you can grow your money way more faster than you would at any traditional banking branch that you can go to in person, right? So like let's say what you mentioned, like Bank of America or JP Morgan Chase, you know what I mean? Like they're giving you barely anything on your savings, right? Checking, you ain't getting nothing, but on your savings, you barely getting anything, right?
Yeah.
With a high yield savings account, which those don't typically offer, but with a high yield savings account, bro, you can get like 4.75% on average. I think right now Marcus is offering 4.4, and then I think Amex is offering 4.3. But like you got bigger ones, smaller ones that's offering bigger yields, like 4.75%. And with that 4.75%, you can grow your money quick. You know what I mean? Like let's say you get to the point where you got like 30,000 and you want to put it up somewhere.
Right.
You can easily turn that into like $1,400 a year, or if you want to scale that even higher, let's say
how much?
$1,400 in interest.
If you pay how much?
30,000.
Yeah, 30,000. Yeah, that's dope.
Or
doing nothing.
Nothing, just sitting on your money.
High yield.
Yeah, or if you get to the point where you're scaling up higher and higher to like bigger numbers, what I'm used to, like 3 million or something like that.
Yeah,
it's 140,000. That's a job for some people. 140,000, you're not even working. You just letting your money work for you.
Exactly. Okay, so one advantage, high yield savings. I guess basically, just like it suggests, a high yield savings is a savings account that gives you a high yield of return.
Yep, high yield of return. You ain't got to do no work for it.
Any more advantages for the average banker?
Yeah, and it's still liquid too. It's not like a CD, certificate of deposit. You gotta get locked up for like 6 months or a year or something like that, right? With high yield savings, it's still liquid. You can still take your money out whenever you need to.
Yeah.
And I think they only got like limits of like, certain banks got limits of like, 5 million or something like that you can put in there. So if you want to put in, at most that, you can put that in there. And it literally that could be like a side job,
Yeah.
or if you get loans or something like that, like, you can put that money in there and just have that rack up while you work with what you need with your other capital.
How long was the training before you worked for Goldman?
The training, actually, for me, it kind of started like in the process before I even got there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
yeah.
That winter in 2010 was like, okay, this is what you need to be doing if we're going to select you. And then in that whole process from waiting on them to select me to then getting selected and then preparing, I was like training. Right.
When you say training, what was you doing?
Like I was doing the research as to what it takes to be a financial analyst. Like
that shit sound broad, bro. So it wasn't a specific type of financial analyst?
No, it's like a wide cover of like what a financial analyst would be doing. Like,
in
a daily basis. Yeah, so I was like trying to train myself on that.
Okay.
So when I came there, I performed better. As far as like studying what the markets would be, or studying what the client would typically want as far as like their finances go.
All right, so when you got hired, like what type of what type of reports were you analyzing, or what type of situations were you analyzing?
Basically just financial reports from, the markets, like just really
Hmm.
studying the market back then. And this was like post recession or like
Yeah,
trying to get out of the recession.
Obama time.
Yeah, so and then on top of that, Goldman at the time didn't have a good reputation.
Yeah, because they were doing the buyout. It was
Yeah,
part of the buyouts, the
yeah,
bank buyouts.
yeah. So we ain't had a good reputation back then. So it was known as the villains back then.
Yeah, the ones that fucked America up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
fucked America up, man. With these interest rates.
yeah, so I mean that was that. It was cool to see, but I just realized that New York City wasn't the city for me. And the only other options that they had as far as that type of position was in Salt Lake City, Utah, and then like some other city.
Worse.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, I'm
Said
not.
Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I'm like I like this position, but I don't like, working that long of a time period of my day, giving
Yeah,
it
like
up.
how long you what you was working? 12-hour days.
Yeah, they on average it was like 10 to 12 hour days.
Yeah,
And then when I spoke to like people that was like full time higher ups that been there and been tenured in the firm, like most people was like, yeah, I don't really have that much of a like work life balance like how I want.
yeah,
And I was like, dang, like that kind of sucked, bro. Like you already in your 30s and your
yeah,
40s, and you ain't got your work life balance right,
yeah,
and you trading it off. You trading your time, like what you were
yeah.
saying.
Time
Like
for money.
it's kind of you trading your time for money in that way.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I don't know if I want to continue with that. You know what
yeah.
I
You
mean?
feel what I'm saying? Because I mean, at the end of the day, um, you gotta work smarter, not harder. I get it, because it's like when you in an environment, that competitive environment, everybody go getters.
Yeah,
It's kind of like you don't want to leave that room, because like
exactly.
you can leave that room and like that motivation every day, it does help, bro. Like just like when I go to the gym, I go to the gym called Rich and Fit, and they bunch of crazy swole motherfuckers in there 6:30 in the morning every day, and
Exactly.
it's like a crazy environment, but I'm scared to leave because it's like the people in there, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so I feel like that's one reason people get stuck, because, and then it's like that's one thing I like about what I do. So it's like that's like the high end up of business as far as like how to make 6 figures, 7 figures.
exactly.
I feel like, but you take that skill and come like, all right. So you remember Wolf on Wall Street.
Hmm.
All right. So when you competing on sex, it's like, okay, it's dope, it's a good environment. But you see how easy it was for him to just kind of kick ass when he went to the Invest Center, the little bootleg
Right.
penny stock firm or whatever. So
Exactly.
it's kind of like that. So it's easier you can make the same amount of money, like not necessarily as Goldman Sachs, because they getting a lion's share, they getting billions every year.
Yeah.
Where say you want to make 150,000, you could do like, if you could take that same skill, you could sell insurance and make that type of money. At the end of the day, without having to, you can
True.
build a business. You can slowly build a business where you bringing
Exactly.
in 100,000 a month. And it's the
Exactly.
same, but it's easier when you put that work in and build some shit. Like, okay, cool, we're gonna be working this hard. I put 5 years in, I put 10, but I ain't finna put 50 years of straight. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Then them people like fast money. It's kind of like the Wall Street people. That's like the fast money of the damn near like drug dealers or strippers. Like at the end of the day, they spend a lot of them people spend a lot of money because you're around all these people as much money as they want, and these people spend their money too. So it's like a lot of them be having drug problems, be
Yep.
buying up car. Then you work at Goldman Sachs, you gotta have the Goldman Sachs whip, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? The
Nah,
women,
some didn't. Some was like living a real modest lifestyle.
the smart people.
Yes, yeah. Some people was like,
Yeah,
you
smart
wouldn't
people.
even really know.
Yeah.
And some of my people I still kick it with. You know what I mean? That still work there. They still cool people,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't really know. You know what I mean? Like they not really flashy like that. I ain't flashy, but you know what I mean. They
Yeah.
ain't flashy for sure.
Yeah. How much was you making on Wall Street, bro? Like at your peak, or like how did it go with the pay structure? Was it what is it like base pay plus commission? Was it
Yeah, it was base play plus the commission of it, but
okay?
I didn't stay in that financial analyst position that long because that was a position that was dedicated for like college students at first, right?
Yeah.
So then after that was over with that summer, I then relocated from New York City to back to campus for like a week, back in Indiana, right? And then from there, I got offered a position to come work in LA to work on a book, right? So then I'm in my finishing my junior year at Purdue, and then now I'm relocating to LA to work on this book. And this is one entrepreneur guy. He was worth like, at the time, I think he was worth only like 250 million. And he was like, yo, I need you to come out here and work on this book. I seen the work that you've been doing, with marketing and stuff like that, with, the, videos and all that kind of stuff with DTP and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
I just skipped over all that.
Yeah. I was like, damn. Okay, cool.
But
You good?
Yeah. He saw some of the work that I was doing with some of the marketing material I was like putting out with some of the music and videos and music videos and all that. He's like, I need you to come out here and work on this book because somebody told me about you, and maybe you can help. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll pull up there. So then I ended up moving to LA for the rest of that summer from like July until, well, it was supposed to be from July until a week after the book launched, which was around the like first week of August. And long story short, bro, came out there, finished up the book, changed the whole look of the book to be like an orange book with like a silhouette of him. Well, it was him, but in black and white. And then it was called Nothing to Lose, Everything to Gain by Ryan Blair. But we added the subtitle, how I went from a gang member to a multimillionaire entrepreneur, right? He's a white guy, right? And he was from, Thousand Oaks, Moore Park, California. And that's not really no dangerous neighborhood at all, right? But at the time of him growing up, he did run with a gang, that was in that local area. It's more like mostly a white area, right? But they had their gangs back then somehow too, right?
They had their cliques.
Yeah, they had their little cliques too. He was one of them, like, the enforcers or whatever. But we used that strategy to actually help sell books. You know what I mean? Like that actually put the books in so many people's face, to where we got, people talking about it on like the target markets from like, like the homepage back then, Yahoo.com was still the thing, right?
Right.
So this is 2011. So like being on the front page of Yahoo.com was big, NBC News, Fox News, all those kind of things, different
SEO.
things. Yeah, all that. And he was on the front of it, talking about how he went from a gang member to a multimillionaire entrepreneur. People want to know that. Like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
So that's what got people to want to go, and see what the book was about. The book ended up becoming a #1 New York Times bestseller, and he attributes a lot of that to a lot of the marketing, strategies I put behind just in like social media marketing, digital media marketing, and then getting them on like TV shows and, news, reportings and all that kind of stuff.
Basically,
and speaking live.
Did a lot of PR.
Yeah, like
Basically PR.
I kind of like that. Yeah, pretty much. Like, we was doing a lot of like different press runs for him to get, #1. And then I was like, man, I ain't going back to Indiana. Like, forget that. Like, I was like, I'm not finna drop out, but I'm gonna try to figure out something else so I can stay in LA, right? So I'm like, all right, let me try to transfer. And then I ended up transferring to Pepperdine in Malibu. So I transferred.
Malibu's most wanted.
Yeah, kind of like ended up being, living that, So yeah, it was cool to just see something that, like, okay, did I really want to go? Like, cause like I'm in my early like 20s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, well, I'm 20, 21, right? So I'm like trying to
yeah.
figure things out, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't got it all figured out. So I'm like, I'm not gonna stay committed to something that a lot of people are telling me they not happy with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, at Goldman, like, people was like, yeah, I ain't really got it all figured out as far as work-life balance. I'm like, man, I gotta have my life. I gotta live my life, bro.
And you at that age where you can plot this shit out.
Yeah, so I'm like,
getting in too deep.
I'm like, I already did the music industry and then Wall Street, but then now I'm in the book industry. And then the book industry, this money coming in fast. So I'm like, yeah.
From the sales of the book.
Yeah, from the sales of the book, because it went from like really nobody hearing about it or knowing about him. Like, he was kind of like more like a behind the scenes kind of dude. But, his business was doing well. But like, you didn't really see his face like that. But then now he's seeing, his face is everywhere. And he's growing into being like kind of like a little celebrity or something like that because of the book sales.
Yeah.
And then those book sales was like, the book is like $20 a pop. We did over like 320,000 sales of that book. So that was really quick. And it was published by Penguin and all that. So that was like one of the top publishers. So yeah, man, that was like a big life changing moment for me because that was my first like big client
Yeah.
you know, for like my media agency. So
Exactly. And
so
I'm just
that,
thinking about the VC. I'm like, he know how to put some shit out there to the public.
yeah. So that was like my first big thing, man. And that was like my first big client, like I said, for Immortal Media, bro. Like, you know, and then from there we just grew the team, grew the clientele, and you know, I ended up staying in LA, bro. Like, you know, I was like, man, this is more so the city for me. You know what I mean? Because I like going to the beach, bro. I like, you know, beautiful women, etc. You know what I mean? Like all
Trying to
that.
tell you.
You know, so, you know, the weather, all that.
Yeah.
So I'm
the
like,
climate, you know, shit legal out. Well, it's legal out there.
everything
New York
almost
too.
legal out there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So
you
I'm
know,
like,
you know, you can have some fun.
yeah, I'm like, give me that. So yeah, that's what brought me out there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what
Yeah, I was gonna say, man. I got this my book, man. You know, I ain't worth 250 million. Worth about 250,000, man. But don't tell the
Okay,
IRS.
all right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's my book, man. It's called Navigate the Great Roadmap. It's called Navigate the Great GPS for the Road to Riches.
Okay.
We'll give you a copy. We'll sign it before on
Yes,
the way
sir.
out, man. And
Yes, sir.
you wrote a book yourself though, right?
Huh?
Didn't you write a book? I think I read something in your bio. Or was this the one you're talking about?
Yeah, this the one I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll finish.
Nice, dope. So this is a self-help book.
Yeah.
Combines a lot of the cool concepts from books like Think Grow Rich, Richest Man in Babylon. We just kind of wrote it. We wrote it in layman's terms.
Okay.
So anybody from you know, anybody like that look like us, or you don't gotta look like us. Anyone that's wants to read a quick read and want some jokes in between and learn something
Yeah.
in between, it's a book for you, man. So
All right. It's
yeah.
dope.
All right. So look, so going back to Saks Fifth, not Six Fifths, Goldman Sachs.
Yeah, Goldman Sachs, yeah.
Goldman Sachs, tripping. So, what's the most money you were making per month? Because I know you were young and I know your
Right.
position, but still at the position, I just want to know. Just
All
curious.
right. So per month, it was probably around like, it wasn't that much, bro. Like it was probably around like 8 to 10.
Okay, but you
8
was
to
making that.
10K. But that was later. That wasn't even that first time as a financier. That
Oh,
was
okay.
later. I went back again in 2013.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was later on. Because when I went back again in 2013, that was for the tech analyst position. So when you went in for tech, I'm the only one that was there like that had like a business background. Everybody else was like computer science majors and stuff like that. So everyone was
Yeah.
like, dang, you here as a business major? I was like, yeah, I'm the only one. Like,
Yeah, you got an advantage, bro.
Yeah.
'Cause them people they be overthinking.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Analysis paralysis. Like you know how to say, okay, this the point. We need to get here.
Yeah.
They looking at, but what about? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
They computing.
yeah. I kind of got that
Competent.
mindset too, but I
Yeah.
know how to balance it.
No, of course.
You know? Yeah, so yeah, that's what kind of like works in my advantage. So
Cool. All right, man. We're gonna talk about DTP, man. So you know, Ludacris.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first, like when I was coming up. That was like the first, like dirty version CD.
Yeah.
It was word of mouth.
yeah.
That was my shit back in the day, man. So you said you were doing something for how that happened, man, with DTP and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, so like this was I think Christmas of like 07, right? And I'm in high school, so I'm like I heard about there being like a in-store signing with Chingy and he was gonna be there. So this was in Chicago. And we had a blizzard that day, and I'm like, man, like, dang, I ain't gonna be able to do that to like let them hear my beats, cause you know I was making beats, but I was like, man, I want to go somewhere major, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, this is an opportunity, but then the freaking blizzard came.
Shit.
So I'm like, forget it, I'm gonna go up there anyway. So I made my way up there, and then you know I had to buy a CD, and then I'm like, hey, bro, you know I got beats. You know what I mean? Like
I do that one all the time.
I'm like, bro, I got beats, bro.
I do that move all the time.
You know, I'm a teenager, but you know what I mean? Trust me, my beat's hard. So then he's like, all right, man, you know, give Keisha your
Give
email.
it to her right there.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like, man, get Keisha your email, that's my guy. And then you know, y'all email back and forth and then we'll go from there. Man, I emailed Keith like beats for like a good 6 months. Then I sent him this one beat that I did where it was like with the organ involved with it. And then I actually used a real live guitar, like
Yeah.
an electric guitar, in the beat, and it switched from like a hip hop beat to at the end it was like a R&B beat, and this was before like Drake was starting to do that because like I said, this was like 08, bro.
Yeah.
So then that summer, when I sent that beat, it ended up getting forwarded to Chingy. Chingy hit me up. He's like, bro, you did that? I was like, yeah, I did that. He's like, man, I gotta introduce you to some people, bro. Like, like we need to get some work done. So I'm like, all right, bet. And so, you know, that's how that got introduced. That's still my guy to this day.
Chingy.
Yeah, that, you know, cause looking out, you know what I mean? Like he ain't have to do that, you know. And I reached out to like plenty of other artists too,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But I didn't send them all my beats. But I'm saying like I reached out to other artists. Some people didn't respond like how I would want them to.
Yeah.
But he actually reached out, so I'm like, all right, you straight up, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
most people talk bad about him, but I'm like, y'all don't really know him like that. Like dude actually looked out. So
yeah, I seen Sexy Red put him on stage the other day.
yeah, so yeah, I seen that
This
too.
shit.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, cool, bro. Like, I appreciate it. So then, you know, that introduced me to the DTP family, and with his label, it was Slaughter Out Records. So like,
Yeah, I remember.
Slaughter Out, DTP, Def Jam. So it was cool, you know, to like work with all those different kind of people, you know, and even people on the label, like, you know, like I said, there was other people that was leaving from Chicago that Chris had signed, which is like Block Exchange or BXC as they were called. You know, Titty Boy, 2 Chainz, you know.
Big Titty Boy back then.
Yeah.
That was right before True Religion and all this shit.
Yeah, it was right around that time. Yeah, like I remember when he dropped like Up and Smoke and all that. It was like that was a good time, man.
Bro, I did too many push-ups this week, bro. My damn tricep aching. It just
It's throbbing over there.
rich and fit. Damn.
Yeah,
all right,
man.
Now, bad. What you gonna say? What you saying?
Yeah, no, just working with them and like, you know, making beats behind the scenes, and then like, you know, basically, basically, you know, just writing, getting better at my craft, and you know, dealing with, you know, artists back then. It was cool to see, but then I also started working with other artists on my own.
Yeah. Yeah. Other artists on your own?
Yeah, so when I started working with other artists on my own, I ended up like reaching out with, you know, like I said, Soulja and Sean Kingston and them. But then I started reaching out to people that I knew on the West Coast, right? So there's one cat, his name is B.O. Shout out to B.O. He was, you know, he was a rapper back then with Top Dog, Top Dog Entertainment. And he was part of the crew alongside, you know, like J-Rock. J-Rock was the head of the team. Kendrick, he went by K-Dot back then, Absol, Schoolboy Q. And
you had the whole collective.
Yeah. So, you know, before they even formed Black Hippie, right? So like, you know,
Damn,
yeah, B.O., he had reached out. He's like, man, like you make music and stuff like that, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, man, you gotta work with us. I was like, all right, like what y'all do? You know what I mean? I ain't really heard much of it with what they had back then.
Yeah.
But I was like, all right, cool. Let's work on a tape together or something. So then we ended up working on this tape called The Blockade.
Right.
So it was called The Blockade mixtape. Top Dog Entertainment presents, you know, The Blockade Chicago Edition Volume 1. And basically we did all the songs. I hosted it. I did some of the beats in the background. And, you know, we released it on, you know, different platforms throughout Chicago. And then other streaming platforms like Dat Piff and all that.
Dat Piff, live mixtapes and shit like that.
All that when that was running. You know
You
what I
know
mean?
Coalition DJs? Oh, you might. That was like more.
I know what that is, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't think we collab with them at all. But yeah, man, it was dope to see. You know, that was our first project. That was 09.
That was 09.
Yeah, that was 09, bro.
Yeah, you got a lot of work done between 07 to 09.
Man, so that was 09. That was our first project together. And you can check that out on my website too, on goldmanstacks.com. But yeah, man, that was our first project. And we, you know, been working since, you know, on and off with, you know, like, you know, different artists on the label, you know, from Dot to J-Rock and all them kind of people, you know, so they're my guys.
You still got a connection with Big Draco?
Yeah, I mean he lived nearby me, you know what I mean, and he still come and rent some of the cars that one of my cars is at, you know.
Okay, so like
yeah, he's still cool. Yeah,
he
cool.
You rock with him on some type of anything business wise, like when it comes down to VC or anything like that, anything big like that, or nah?
Not with him, nah.
Yeah.
No, I ain't never did no business with him like that on that.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, but it'd be cool to do. I'm open to it.
Yeah, cause you know he love. Seems like he love attaching his name to up and coming type of thing. So
yeah,
that's what's up, man. Shout out Draco, man. Hopefully I meet you one day, Draco. But yeah, bro. That's what's up, bro. So what was your first impression of Ludacris when you first met him?
Man, the thing about Luda, man, Luda's cool, bro. He cool as hell. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't really had too much to say, you know. But I always thought, like, from looking at him and watching him on TV, I always thought he was taller. But I met bro,
That's how it always
I'm like,
is.
bro, like what? I was like, all right. You know, he just seemed taller than me, and surprisingly, Chingy was taller than him. So I'm like, that's
Nah,
crazy.
that's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's kind of wild.
With 2 Chainz, he got enough
2
height for everybody.
Chainz, yeah, 2 Chainz, he was a real hooper. Like,
Yeah, he went to Alabama State. That's where my mom went.
yeah,
Like my mom's from like Montgomery, so I was kind of like I was born out there. So
yeah,
I got uncles and I got people that know him or whatever. But I grew up in College Park, so
yeah, I know.
you know those names are pretty. You know,
Pretty
pretty
common.
much names. They show you can make it. Like okay, they can do it.
Yeah,
You know, you got like a lot of Atlanta pride or whatever.
exactly.
What about 2 Chainz, man? From 2 Chainz first time meeting Titty Boy, not 2 Chainz, but like, first impression of 2 Chainz when you met him, Titty Boy, whatever.
I mean, he was always laid back and cool, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He a Virgo, just chill all the time. You know what I mean? He would smoke. That's probably about it. But
Yep.
he chill guy.
I just went to a birthday party. He had like a disco 70s vibe type of birthday party. It was
Yeah.
pretty fun.
Oh yeah, when was that?
His birthday this year.
Oh, this year.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Virgo season.
Last time I seen him was the 4th, like, cause Game invited me to like one of his little birthday. I mean, not the birthday, but like 4th of July, 4th of July party. And yeah, he showed up.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah, it was pretty dope, bro.
Any funny
Ton
DTP
of
stories
checks,
that you
bro.
can recall?
Funny DTP stories. Nah, it was like, I would say, nah, I ain't really got no funny ones. It was like just being able to just see all that they were doing at that time. Like basically like Ludacris just like transitioning from music to film and working on the Fast series and all that kind of stuff. It was like real informative for me. And that's what made me kind of like want to just like not focus so much on music, because a lot of music wasn't being made back then with in-house with DTP. It was more so like, I mean, they did the Battle of the Sexes album. That was
Nah,
pretty
I
much
feel
it.
you. I
You
know,
what
I know
mean?
exactly what you're saying. It was like
It was like,
Luda was kind of big, so it was like labels. He'll do some label shit, but the street scene wise, it wasn't really. I got you. Wasn't too much going on.
There wasn't much going on, bro. So
Yeah.
it felt like a lot of people was like kind of like just sitting on the shuffle in a way.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
just like,
Like, what's
shit,
going
go on, Luda, go on, do your thing. Luda,
Yeah.
I'll be right here.
Yeah, man. So, you know, with that being said, I was like, okay, you know, he going and focusing on film. So then I was like, well, why can't I just like focus on building my portfolio, you know, with like, you know, recording some behind the scenes footage or editing that and getting better at that. So then that's what made me get into that hustle too, of like understanding like what it took to get into like post-production and production and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So then that's when I started working on that. And then I started working on like Immortal Media TV. You can like YouTube that and you can see like a bunch of the different videos that we did from behind the scenes footage with like, you know, just traveling with Ludacris and getting some behind the scenes footage with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I do. A lot of behind the scenes things as well, just with my company or whatever, and it just kind of helps me with the networking and just meeting people in different places, whether it's
Exactly.
high, low, or in between. Not necessarily low positions, but high positions or just left field positions, like the person that's working with the publicists and all that type of stuff. Now, that's what's up though. I learned a lot of stuff from music industry too, from like the more of the local,
Right.
you know, just seeing everything go from the process of being local, then getting a little money, then getting a little more money when you get signed, and just meeting people and seeing, okay, you promote this way and that way. So now it's like easier, you know, it's easier to know who would need, like even doing this, it's easier to find out who needs to be on the podcast. You know who needs to tell that story and what purposes or whatever. So
Yeah.
nah, that's what's up, bro. So your first thing you started doing with film was like getting like B-roll footage and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I say a little bit of B-roll footage, more so like BTS, you know, like behind the scenes stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like, you know, bringing that to the light, because a lot of people just see the finished product. They don't really get to see the full, you know, behind the scenes footage of things, or like, you know, what that person had to say once they was done filming, you know. So I got some of that, you know, and got to like, you know, just work with editing, you know, and building that up. And then once I started building that up, I then used that to my advantage when I was like, okay, this book tour. Okay, so we had a book run and then we had a book tour, right? So once the book was like already #1 and solidified,
oh yeah,
we did a book tour to where we like went to different cities,
press runs, and shit.
and like just was doing like in-store signings, like so Ryan was doing like in-store signings at different places. We did it like Atlanta and stuff like that. We had like Master P pull up, and all these kind of people, Roy Jones Jr., all of them was like just pulling up to different tour stops, and you know it was cool to see, you know, cool to see all that, you know, actually happening and, you know, happen in real time, you know what I mean? Because, like, I never thought, like, by doing a book like that I would just be working alongside P like that, you know what I mean? And then now, like randomly, I would run into, like, P at Ralph's, which is a grocery store in L.A.
Yeah, I heard of Ralph's.
Yeah, he be like, oh, what up, dude?
They be making you pay for bags and shit.
Yeah, all throughout L.A. County for sure.
Yeah.
I think all throughout California, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but like I just ran into him like, what was that? I think like August. And it was like, he's like, man, what you doing over here? I was like, man, I live over here now. Like we both live in like Calabasas area. So I'm like, I live over here. But, you know, it's just cool to see that turn into that. You know what I mean?
He gave you a box of Snoop Loops.
Nah, I seen some at Target though, but they don't even put them in the right little section, bro.
Them motherfuckers expensive too. Like,
yeah, they like $7, $8.
Yeah, it was like $8-9. I'm like, nigga, the Cheerios $4.
Yeah,
man,
I'm
what
like,
the fuck? Come on, Snoop.
I'm like,
I gotta take this gamble on you, bro. Like,
it better be good.
It ain't got no protein in it. It got a little, you know what else? Come on, Snoop. God damn. Just sell it on Amazon so you can lower the price, man. I'm trying to fuck with you, Snoop. I love you, Master P, but you know I can get 2 of their cereals for the price of one. Make it make sense. No, I'm just playing, man. Matter of fact, man, y'all need to sponsor us, man. We need to make it make sense, man. You know, as far as why we charge $8-9. Yeah. You know, and you know, I don't got food stamps. I understand that y'all cater this type of product to people that have food stamps, but as somebody, you know, well, I do get my food stamps half off. So I next time I do that, man, I do that, man. But nah, it's dope, bro. You know, I need to meet P. I feel like we got a lot of similarities.
Yeah, man, he cool. He a cool guy, you know. But yeah, man, just to see that go from you know, that book go from that to a book tour to then afterwards, like, okay, now the book tour is over. Like, what's next for me? You know, that's why I was from like, what's next? So then when I was building up my portfolio before all this and just continuing editing videos and stuff like that, you know, and building up my YouTube. Man, like I use that to my advantage when trying to get into film for real, right?
Yep.
So then I was like, okay, let me just try this film thing out next. You know, I'm still in my early 20s. Let me figure this out. So then, you know, I went and you know, applied at some stuff at HBO and ended up getting it.
When you say apply, how you apply?
So I knew of people that were like in HR at HBO. And I was like, you know, hey, what opportunities y'all got going for people that want to do post-production? He was like, okay, well, you got to apply here and go through these steps and, you know, submit your application, your reels, your portfolio of anything that you got, your sizzles, all that. So I did all that and submitted it, and then I ended up getting a producer job at HBO and post-production, primarily post.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you said that because a lot of people, they be trying to figure out how to get into their career.
Yeah.
I don't even care if you're a nurse or like I don't even care if you're trying to be a lawyer. Put some information on YouTube or put some videos up. That way you can send someone a link. They can see, for one, the videos show how long you've been doing it. So if you've been doing it for 2-3 years, it showed them that you're really serious. And it's like he was able to find someone in HR. You know, you might can find somebody in HR using LinkedIn. That's how I do things. Like I don't look for the big people like that everybody know. I look for like the people in different positions like HR or something like that, marketing, HR, especially HR because that's what they do, human resources, that's what they do, they manage the people. So it's like instead of just going straight through the door, start looking on websites like LinkedIn, find people have profiles, professional people have profiles, and you know, you know, so because they always looking for other jobs for that matter. So So yeah, man, I would say for anyone that's looking to get into the film industry, what he did was basically he had a portfolio. Yeah, he worked along some great sides, along the great side of some people like Ludacris and 2 Chainz and all those type of people, but Dollar and all them people. But for the most part, it's like you get your resume. Like instead of saying here's my resume, I went to this school and did that.
Yeah,
Yo,
no, they gotta see it.
Yeah, they got to see something, bro. Like they got to see, something,
Yeah.
especially with content, because it's different type of ways to do it. Some people just do straight up. Some people got cool content. Some people make film content. So like you let them know exactly. It'll show how long you've been doing it, and you'll show you some of your work. And then like he said, man, he knew some people. Like how you end up knowing some people that were HR?
I ended up just knowing them through mutual
Just life,
contacts.
just
Yeah,
life.
mutual contacts. I'm like, oh, you know them? Yeah, I know them. She works at HBO in HR. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, you know what? Hey, I'm looking to get into film.
Yeah.
This is my reels of all the different things I did. Like,
Yeah.
see if this can apply to whatever y'all need as far as like openings at HBO. And, that's what happened. And then I ended up working on a couple of shows there. The first show was this show by Stephen Merchant called Hello Ladies. And it was only one season of that. But it was a cool little show. You know what I mean? Like, it was about his life transitioning from being in the UK to the US. And he wrote, directed, acted in, starred in, and produced it too. So it was an interesting thing to just see him do all that together. But I worked on that show, then I worked on Boardwalk Empire season 4.
Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
How was that, man? Working on Boardwalk Empire.
It was interesting because I had never really watched a show like that, but my girl at the time was an avid watcher. So she was like,
my brothers be watching that show. They put me on it.
Yeah. So it was interesting because then I had to study it. I had to study the whole timeline of where things were by the end of season 3 to then transition to what was going to happen in season 4 and then how to twist that timeline the way it made sense. So, working in pre-production to a little bit of the production of that because a lot of it was filmed in the East Coast, right? Not in LA. So doing that, but then working in post-production too, it was just like, just seeing how that worked made sense. And, it was a cool experience, man, just to see how, how the film industry really works,
Yeah. That was like, I feel you. That was a big opportunity, man. So, what's some things you liked about working on Boardwalk Empire?
Just being able to slightly add in my little touch to the characters a little bit, like with some of the writing, in the pre-production phase, or like even doing things like after the writing was over with, doing like the little coverage of each character and how they tied to one thing, like kind of like a game plan or a blueprint of the map of how that season was gonna play out. So it was cool to see how all that played in a part, and then to just know ahead of time before anybody else.
Yeah.
That was like watching the show.
That's
like,
dope.
man, hey, that ain't,
you got to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, you gotta keep your mouth shut. You're
friends,
like,
what's gonna happen next?
I'm
man?
like,
You're
I can't even tell you, bro.
I can get sued, bro.
Yeah.
I had to sign some shit.
Man,
Um,
hey, speaking of that brought me to another thing. I even skipped over this. Like in 2012, right?
yeah.
This one girl I know, she know DJ Pooh, right?
Yep.
You know DJ Pooh.
Yeah, of course. Friday. You made
Yeah.
Friday, man. It's my favorite movie,
come
dog.
on.
You talking about do I know these?
Some people don't be knowing
And you
that.
know
That man the
this.
GOAT.
Man,
he one of
come
the
on
GOATs,
now.
right? All right. So like, Pooh was the creative director on for like Rockstar Games Grand Theft Auto series, right?
Oh, I ain't know that shit.
Yeah. So
It makes sense, bro.
Yeah.
Only nigga that made Friday could have made Grand Theft Auto, bro.
Man, so he was doing like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and all that, right? And San Andreas is like probably one of the reasons why I wanted to live in LA so bad. You know what I mean? Playing that game growing up, I was like, bro, like I gotta be in LA. I like this culture. You know what I mean? So I was like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, I bet. So then, like, she hit me up. She was like, hey, you want to be in Grand Theft Auto 5? I was like, hell yeah. I'm like, what you mean?
Hey, what the fuck?
She was like, all right, I'm gonna set it up. So then she set it up with Pooh, and then I ended up meeting Pooh, and then on a set of everything in Santa Monica, it was this place called Pop Sound.
Yeah.
It don't exist no more anymore, but if you Google it, you'll see it existed. And when we went and did the voiceovers for it, It was at Pop Sound in Santa Monica, and I ended up meeting Corrupt, all the like other characters that were there too. Yeah, it was dope. Yeah, it was dope, man. It was dope just to be there, man, and get that experience of like the creation of a game that's still on the shelf today. It's the highest selling product ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, we had to sign NDAs and all that kind of stuff for that too. With Take-Two Interactive and Rockstar Games and all that kind of stuff. And then somebody that I trusted ended up, you know, leaking out some of that information, bro. And that kind of effed me up in a way. You know what I mean? Like right before the game dropped. You know, but I still ended up getting credits for it too. But I'm like, man, like, it's just you gotta be safe and tight-lipped and tight-knit about everything. Cause I didn't even tell much to anybody about the game or me being in the game. But just the fact that somebody had, you know, a picture of the contract that I took a picture of, and then they leaked it, like, bro, that kind of effed me up. So it made me a little bit more like precautious about everything I do.
Yeah, you gotta shut up. But it be kind of hard. It's not hard, but it's like you can't say shit.
Can't say nothing.
Can't let nobody in the world, bro, because it might even be nothing you told them. If somebody's be sniffing around, they be told some shit, bro.
Yeah, like it was something I just sent back and forth like to myself, and then they ended up seeing it on my computer. They then leaked it, and then now like if you Google like Grand Theft Auto 5 Goldman Stacks, you'll probably still see it somewhere floating around on it.
Yeah, like
the picture that I took. I'm like, yo, bro, why would I leak that? I'm in the game, bro. Like, why would I want to?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Why the hell would I want to leak that information? So I had to clear that up. But just so y'all know, don't do nothing stupid like me. What I did, I took a picture of the contract just to look it over later because I'm just trying to get to the recording, right? Don't ever do that. That's crazy. And don't ever let nobody get any kind of information like that from you.
Keep your laptops in a safe place.
Safe place.
No phone. Yeah.
Don't share nothing.
That's crazy. Hold on. It's DJ Pooh. That's not Red though, is it? He didn't play Red, did he? On Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just making sure.
Yeah, the one that got punched.
The one that got beat up by Debo.
Yeah.
The one. Yeah, the one that my grandma gave me this necklace.
Yeah, my grandma gave me that chain.
Fact, I'm gonna just tuck mine in. You know what I'm saying?
It's my chain, punk.
Nah, I got an ashtray. I got an ashtray at home, bro.
Yeah.
And it got Debo, Red, and I think Red Daddy. No, it got Debo, it got Red, and it got Smokey on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my ashtray, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now that's what's up. Damn, I was gonna ask something. So, what's some other actors or actresses that you work with that you was like, man, I'm glad I did that. Like, I'm glad I worked with this person, or I was happy to work with this person, or you know.
I would say in that brief time that I was working on Borg Empire, it was Michael K. Williams. Like, you know what I mean? It's good to see him because, like, you know, we grew up watching The Wire, so just seeing him in that, like, his character in that, Omar, like, bro, like, he was going crazy.
He had an apartment out here, man, before he died. I lit, like, the first high-rise I moved to.
Yeah.
It's in Atlanta, 6011. He had a spot there.
Yeah.
You know, he had a spot there, man, and, you know, I smoked the blunt with Michael K. Williams.
Hey.
But,
yeah, I mean, it was...
He was cool, bro. He wasn't there a lot. But he was cool. I see like he'd be there at the cookouts and shit like that. So we kick it a lot, man.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, Michael K. Williams, man. That was my show though, man. The Wire. We used to binge watch that shit, bro.
Yeah.
In college, I binge watched that shit, bro.
Shit, shout out to my homie Tristan Wiles too. That's my guy. He was in The Wire.
For real?
Yeah.
What was
Mac Wiles. He's one of the younger cats.
The Philly boys, not Philly boys, but the young dudes. When they was the Hoppers.
Yeah.
The Hoppers.
Yeah.
Nah, facts, bro. So Michael K. Williams, anybody else?
I mean, it's like living in LA, I kind of got a little numb to like who is who anymore. Like
That's how it is in Atlanta, bro.
You see like, so many people, bro.
I know motherfuckers that we be talking, Future might call them.
Right.
They be like, cool. And I remember Future was first coming up on some Dungeon Family like, before he blew up. So
yeah.
I see a lot of people like that. Like they was like this and not like that. Respect, because like I saw the work they was putting in. But that's a good thing about exposure.
Right.
Motherfuckers to be around some people that you could bump into just on a regular basis.
Right.
People do crazy, disgusting things and just to be associated with. Like people will forget their own life when they around some celebrities. Or like even how you said with that, some people like they quick to like lose their mind once they get around the opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, exposure make you numb to it. Like I had my moments, bro. Like, oh shit, the Migos.
Right.
But you know, after a while, you backstage, you start looking numb to it. You like, damn, these folks really just fans just because they see them on TV and shit. It'd be
Exactly.
amazing, bro. And it's
Yeah.
like the things, and then once you know the type of thing people will do for these people, it'd be crazy, bro. The clout chasing.
Cloud
man.
chasing, bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
nah.
man.
Yeah, so it's kind of like numb to me. Like I kind of got like actors or actress friends and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I just befriend them. Like they just like my people.
Yeah, they cool, bro.
Yeah.
Like people might
They
see
just
me,
people, bro.
People see you take a picture, like, oh my god. I was like, shit, he think I'm a cool guy, bro. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
We both shoot pool, bro. I beat him in pool
Exactly.
the other day, man.
Exactly.
You
That's
know,
all, man.
all right, we're gonna talk fitness for 2 seconds, man. So
All right, bet.
you heavy in the fitness, huh?
I mean, yeah. I guess you could say that. I got into the fitness industry because one of the people that I trained on how to invest, he was telling me how one of his personal training gyms and gyms in general was shutting down, and the owner was looking to sell. And I was like, cool. I was like, well, shoot me their information, and I could try to see if I could step in and be the new owner. And that's what I did. I ended up buying the business up in the Bay. It was up in North Oakland, and revamped it, made it my own brand. So everything is immortal. So we called it Immortal Fitness, and we had the North Oakland location, and then now we got the Berkeley location, and we building a new location in LA too. So that's
hard, bro.
soon to come. But yeah, man,
Immortal.
I gotta. We started off with some of the team that was there, as far as the fitness journey goes. But then you got to learn the ins and outs of how people do things, and you got to learn to trust certain people, right? So in that industry, I definitely recommend for any gym owner is to actually make sure you got your staff all on your same page, and not to deal with anybody that's trying to pay you rent as a gym trainer.
Yeah.
Instead, have that gym trainer on payroll to where everybody is contributing to the pot.
Why you say that?
Because when I bought the gym, some of the trainers was paying me rent instead of actually getting paid by every single client that came in.
Money.
Right. And then on top of that, the clients that I bought when I bought the gym itself, the personal training clients, some of them were going to the ones that was paying rent. And the original person that was selling me the business was aiding that. Right. So she was
Oh shit.
so I was like, it was a lot of back behind
Backdooring.
the scenes, backdooring going on. And I'm like, bro, like what? So I had to ended up finding that stuff out myself, and I just ended up like cutting ties with them. I'm like, you got to get out of here, like.
Right. Then it's like nigga paying rent. That's
Yeah, you paying me a
that's
fat
nothing.
fee. Yeah, you
That's
paying me
nothing,
a
bro.
flat fee, but then you
bringing
taking my
100
clients.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you paying 100. You got 100 people in, bro. I'm losing thousands on a monthly basis.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I had to cut that off, and it was the non-melanated folks that was doing that. So then now I got all melanated staff. I'm just gonna call it that. I got all melanated staff of people that I trust and people that people
I like
that's
that.
solid. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with none of that no more. So I had to cut ties with that, and then now we got an all new staff of people that's noble and honest.
Yeah. Now, shout out Rich and Fit. It's the gym I go. So I go to LA Fitness, but I go to this gym called Rich and Fit so I can be around a condensed environment of entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
But the dude that runs it, he does something similar. So I'm a reseller. I sell like online. So we're gonna talk about VC in a minute. So I take people public to the website, not public as far as like a VC.
Right.
But like say for instance, you got your own product, which you actually do.
Yeah.
Some people just only used to selling their stuff online or like online or like on their personal website. So like for me, for instance, like I help them go from just like selling things on Etsy to like launching on Amazon, Walmart.com and things of that nature. And but all right, so I was gonna say, I noticed that online fitness craze, like the online fitness membership, that's pretty good as far as exploding your business. You dibble and dabble in that online fit, like the
Yeah.
online.
Yeah, so that's something new that we rolling out here pretty soon. It's
Yeah.
like we doing a bunch of like online fitness programs. Like we had it during the pandemic when everything was kind of shut down,
Right.
and then we kind of like revamped to like focus on the new locations, right?
Right.
But now we're doing something to where like people can just sign up and then they can follow a program, and then understand that craze and fulfill their fitness needs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I started around the pandemic time. I was selling like like at home fitness equipment. Company was called BizFit.
Okay.
I didn't really do too well with it because like a lot of stuff to be successful selling like private label.
Yeah.
I wasn't really that good at the time. So as far as like running ads, and I wasn't really selling like on Walmart.com and Amazon.com yet. So
Yeah.
But I was waist trainers, the push up boards with all the colors, and
Yeah.
I got this little ball to where you put it on your head. It's like a reflex ball. It hangs from like a rope around your head. It's like a headband.
Okay.
And you just basically punch it. It helped with eye coordination. So that was like a project of mine.
You gotta send me that. I might need that.
I might got one in the trunk right now. I might got one, man.
Yeah.
Nah, it's dope. It's fun, bro. Especially if you ain't got no like in my apartment. I don't have a punching bag.
Okay.
LA Fitness right next door to where I live at, so I'm lucky.
You just go there, yeah.
Nah, but if I'm in the house and I just need like I have time. I do a lot of time blocking, so I might just need 5 minutes of activity.
Okay.
And then so I get on that, man. So
That's dope.
yeah. So all right. So look, man. All right. Look, before we jump into your brand, so how do you like to work out? Like you like isolation, calisthenics. You big on compound movements. What you typically like to do at the gym.
Yeah, I kind of like to do like really when I go to the gym, I don't even dedicate it to just a day of this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't just dedicate today leg day or today
That's like, I
I'm
don't
doing
do that
arms.
either.
Like I want to get like a full body workout as much as I can. So I try to incorporate the cardio usually towards the end. I do like the weightlifting kind of like towards like the middle.
You want to exert yourself with the weights.
Yeah. I want to do the weights like towards the middle of the workout, so it could be like weightlifting and strength training and stuff like that. But then as far as like the pre-workouts, obviously stretching. You gotta make sure you stretch, otherwise you're gonna be messed up the next day. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So get your stretching in, and then like do something like back exercises first. So like we got like this one machine to where you just sit on it and then you like push yourself back, and then it focuses.
I hate that one. The pelvis.
Yeah,
I hate that
it
shit.
focuses on your whole lower back region. So that's something that you need to just get done first, and then work on strength training, and then like cardio. And I do like let's say 10 to 20 minutes on like the Stairmaster or something like that on level 10.
I hate that. I hate it. I hate the Stairmaster. I do it because I love the results though.
Yeah.
I hate that Stairmaster, bro.
Because once you pass 10 minutes, right, or get close to 10 minutes, it's a full body workout. It's not your legs no more.
Yeah.
It's not just your legs. Now your whole body's like,
Yeah.
So once you get to like, that on level 10, bro, or higher, that's what I recommend.
We kind of similar, but opposite. So like I do my cardio first.
Okay.
Like I hate running after like weightlifting. It's torture, but it's cool. Like
it's the other way for me.
I would do that. I would do it for you. So I do like if I do cardio like today I did like 3 miles.
Right.
We're at 30 minutes.
Okay.
So like I go up and down hills sometimes. So I do that. I do like I do a lot of boxing. Just like I feel like everybody should have like a fun cardio that they do. It ain't got to be fun, but like like a long-term cardio you could do. Something you could do like either like like 10 minutes or more, like you were saying, bro. Like as opposed to like doing like 20 jumping jacks. Like you counting too much. I feel like you need to lose. You need to lose like count.
Yeah.
Something you can lose count. So if you're a girl, pole dancing, hula hooping and shit like that. But I like the boxing. Just to stay on my P's and Q's in case somebody try me. But like it's a full body workout. And it's fun and it's like you might have some frustration. It's cool. Throw a little left hook or something and but that's how I do. So like I do like kind of like CrossFit. I don't do like isolation like one arm day, like that shit boring, bro. But I like to move around. So I definitely like calisthenics because I'm an ectomorph, bro. So it's like I go in there, it be swole big Donkey Kong dude. So I like to feel myself, bro. Like I do like you can do that, but I could do some muscle up. So that's how I like to work out. I'm like normally every day. So if I'm feeling sore, I just won't go hard. I just do light shit.
Yeah, do something light.
Yeah.
You do? You think you fast?
Nah. Hell nah. I'm not fast, bro.
You smoke?
Yeah, I do.
That's probably why.
But now I was like, my feet ain't the best, bro. I had like, you read the book, bro. I talk about my feet in the book.
All right. Chapter 8, feet. Okay.
Nah, it's like probably 2, man. I had to go and get it out the way, man. But nah, I ain't no but I'd rather go for a long time. I ain't really fast. I can be quick though, but not like hell nah. Footwork. I'm working on it though. Why you say that?
No, that's my thing, man. Like ever since high school, bro. Like it was like from sprinting to like long distance. That's my thing. So like right now, what I try to stick to, and this has like really been my thing for like the past like 6-7 years, is trying to stick to like my mile intervals. So like I'll do like do a mile run and then I'll limit myself at like 5 minutes. Like if you can't get the mile run done in 5 minutes, then you failed. Right. So then I was like, dang, like so sometimes I like don't make that 5 minutes, you know what I mean?
You got Roger Bannister here, man.
Yeah, no, so like I try to like I think my fastest time like in recent years is probably like 4 minutes and 43 seconds or something like that. Right. And I documented on my Instagram stories and all that.
This nigga done ran, he surpassed a 4-minute mile for real,
Nah, man. It ain't 4 minutes yet. It's like 4 minutes, 40 something seconds, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's after 4 minutes. But man, like I really try to stick to that because I feel like that just what really keeps you in tip top shape. You know what I mean? Like if you can continuously run fast, you're good, you know?
Yeah. So like, all right, so that's like you always go for the speed. All right. How many miles do you run? Like, do you go long distance or you just like normally stick to a mile?
Like if I can get it within that 5 minutes, I'm done for the day. I'm cool with 1 mile. But if I don't make the 5 minutes, I got to do another 2.
Nah, it's dope. So anybody don't Roger Bannister, he's the first person to beat the 4-minute mile.
Yeah.
And so
he was there yet. Huh? I ain't there yet, but go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah. So he the first person to do it. So before he did it, nobody thought that you can do a mile in 4 minutes. So this was like the studies. So after he broke the 4-minute mile, months later, a lot of people started hitting it. So it just goes to show you, once you see someone that's done it before, it makes it easier for you to have in your head that you can do it too. And that's what helps growing up in College Park. You grow up around, like I went to the same elementary school that Jermaine and Pre went to. You see Ludacris, you see people like T.I. So it's like by the time you get like 10, 15, you like people from this town got rich, and started rapping about these streets. So it's kind of like that's what helped me out. Yeah. But nah, that's dope, bro. So I want you to talk about your brand.
Yeah, so my brand that I got now is called Mansa, right? Okay. So as you see here, and the name Mansa is actually a title, and that means like an emperor or a king from the Mali Empire, right?
Mansa, like Mansa Musa.
Yeah, Mansa Musa. Yeah. So
okay.
So it's actually a title, and the logo itself is a logo that represents multiple things, right? So it is not only, what most people would recognize as a crown, but then there's also another meaning behind it, meaning like there's actually, well, can you figure it out from here or you want me to tell you?
Nah, I can't figure it out, bro.
All right, so there's actually 3 people here, right? And the 3 people here are actually holding hands, right?
Yeah,
so it's like strength in numbers, right?
Okay.
We have like collectively as a black dollar put our hands into other people's hands.
Yeah, facts.
And not kept it into our own hands.
Yeah, we're not circulating.
We're not circulating our own dollar. Our own dollar does not last, 60 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, whereas like if you look at like a Korean dollar, that dollar's still circulating. Or the Jewish dollar, that dollar's still circulating. We putting money into all these other brands and ones that's not giving back to anything to our community. Mm-hmm. And that's not creating anything that we can actually be proud of. Right. In my opinion. Like I don't really see myself being proud of promoting a Louis Vuitton or even like, for example, a modern day brand that came up around the same time that I started this. Right. Like Amiri, right? Yeah. Like no hate to none of them, right? But they ain't black.
They not black.
And that money ain't coming back to black people, but they profiting from black culture.
Yeah. Laughing at us.
They profiting from it. You know what I mean? So like I think that we should actually, create something that's culturally about us, but also from us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I was like, all right, cool. Let's make something that's fully luxury, that's probably even better quality than what's out there, currently. But then at the same time, we keep it black. You know what I mean? Keep it melanated. I'm gonna say that. Keep it melanated. You know what I mean? So like, wherever you from, if you got melanin in your skin, you can relate. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Exactly. So, we got, everything from shoes. We started off with shoes. I started off designing my first shoe in 2018.
Wow.
And then, that went well. And then now we got like things like hats, and we got like, bags, we got shirts,
Oh, it's hard.
we got all that. So,
Where can they find these products, bro?
yeah, Mansa.io. It's MANSA.io. Or MansaMaliEmpire.com. However you want to put it, it's going to all lead to the same place.
Man, shout out Vertebrae, black-owned clothing designer. Got your shades on, so shout out Vertebrae. And, okay, man, we're going to just wrap this up, man. We're going to get a little personal, man. So, man, what's it like dating? How's the dating world for Goldman Stacks, man?
Dating world, man. You don't want to talk about VCs yet?
Yeah, we can talk about VC. I forgot about that. So
Yeah.
venture capitalists. All right, so venture capitalists, man, you bring things public. You bring ideas to public.
Yeah, like I find brands or I find people
Okay.
that got a talent, or they find me, and then I then do my research and see if they are worthy of investing in. And if they are, then that's what I do. And I invest in them, and then I try to grow and scale whatever their business is, right?
Right.
So like one of the first ones was one of the first like projects I worked on was Nicole Knight, and she had this, I'd seen her on Instagram, right? We had been following each other on Instagram, but I seen that she was like customizing shoes locally, right? And I was like, yo, she kind of really dope, you know what I mean? But like, I'm like, I think that she can like really scale this, and this was like 2015 or something like that, 2016. So I seen like she can really scale this, and I reached out to her. I'm like, yo, like, do you really want to like take this to another level?
All right.
And then she was like, yeah, like why not? So all right, let's build a brand that is a recognizable brand, get you a website, get you all this stuff that you need to scale, and let's start making, to the point where you can be a household name for customizing sneakers and stuff like that. Or,
Right. That's dope.
Yeah, getting orders from all around the world. And that's what we did. You know what I mean? About 2016, she was doing that. 2017, 2018, she was getting all that kind of like celebrity, designs done from like Chris Brown to like, ball players. You see some of the stuff that, she didn't customize on the court. So I'm like, that's what we ended up doing. Like, I invested in it through, whether it be, through money, sweat equity, etc., right? And putting that to scale to where now, we have this show called Fresh Pair, and that's alongside Just Blaze, right? And where she actually now, for every episode, she, customizes shoes for different, artists or friends of Just Blaze, So like we done did shows with like, Redman, Game, you name it, like all different kind of like flavors, like Jim Jones, all them, and she can customize them based off of their life. So then now that's like a big thing to where, custom sneakers is like a big market, right? So it was to the point where like you can just Google like custom Jordans or custom, Nikes, and she would be on the front page now. Like she wasn't nowhere near that before. Like we joined forces. Yeah, we joined forces. I integrated SEO, and I utilize services of my business, which is Immortal Media.
Yeah, of course.
And implemented that into whatever it is she was trying to do. So that was like one of my first venture projects that turned into a success for that. And then like we got plenty of other projects that we got coming out.
When you say turn into a success, so is the goal to make it a bigger company and scale it, or is the goal to make it? So the goal is not always to go public or anything like that. The goal is basically to scale and make it a recognizable brand, household brand.
Yeah, make it a recognizable brand, and make it to something to where people can actually access it, and make it something that can scale into millions, bro. Like instead of just being something, you know, like
some little cool, something cute.
Yeah, some hobby or something like that, or something that you could do on the side or profession.
Yeah.
Now you're doing something to where you're making, you know, M's and stuff like that. So
Yeah, man. I'm trying to work on this. I'm kind of working on the same thing, like as far as like coming up with different launch strategies, like to get them on big websites like Amazon. So what I would do, say someone has like say somebody like you had a clothing line. It's like,
yep.
Some people, well, you know, every brand is on Amazon. So I might like, so my pitch right now is to, and I'm still working on this before I create it as like a public service announcement. But more so, like I might just kind of convince someone that's already a clothing designer to just release a few older pieces on this platform. So therefore you don't have to. You can just basically use it as a liquidation service as opposed to releasing new things or whatever. So that way you can control the brand identity of the new things, but websites like Amazon.com, Walmart.com, you know, they got a lot of third-party sellers. They got their own products. So I do something similar. I'm glad you do that. So now I can up the ante. Say someone is already making, you know, X amount of dollars revenue or whatever, and now it's like, okay, you might be ready for the next level. So
exactly,
you know, we'll figure that out, man. But
yeah,
that's dope. She's still doing that.
Yeah, she's still customizing shoes. You know, got that going.
You able to tell the brand, the name of the company, or?
Yeah, it's called Caddy Customs. Yeah.
Oh, Caddy Customs.
Caddy Customs. So
that's dope. I'm gonna look her up, man.
Yeah, you can check her out and all that kind of stuff too. But yeah, I got, you know, other projects that have like went public, like as far as like the crypto world, and this is actually a Web3 blockchain brand, Mansa.
Oh yeah. Talk about that right quick.
So like basically like with my brand here, like everything that you would, you know, buy personally, you also would get a digital blockchain based version of it. So like an NFT of each item. So let's say you buy this hat and it's X amount of dollars, right?
Yeah.
It comes with then an NFT version that is now worth this on the blockchain, and then it actually has its own coin related to it. And then you can then sell that NFT or you can hold it, whatever you want to do with it. But then now you got both a physical version and then you got the blockchain based version, and then this blockchain based version solidifies that it's an actual authentic version of that and not a knockoff.
Yeah, that's dope, bro.
So, you know, and same thing with the bags and stuff like that too. Like every single one, when you pull your phone up to it, you could be able to pull up the NFT.
If it's real.
Yeah, you can pull up the NFT to it.
Shit, it's like the diamond tester.
Yeah, basically, it's a diamond tester that can't be, you know.
It's hard too.
Yeah, and it's all
that's what's up. So it's basically like the crypto aspect, the blockchain aspect is like a collateral version.
Yeah,
like something like that.
Yep.
And I guess so when it comes down to insuring it, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to ask, but when you insure it, they got to understand the dynamics of the physical version and the blockchain version.
I mean, it's easy to understand at that point, right? Because I have integrated, and you know, I got a kind of a computer science background too, like I said, but that wasn't my major. But I kind of just taught myself that. But you know, I learned React and all that kind of stuff, all the different JavaScript languages, to be able to create it to where it's easy for people that don't know Web3 to then just onboard themselves with just buying some of those products. So you would sign up typically how you would with like a email address, etc., instead of having to have a Web3 wallet already to understand it. You know, so I made it easier for them with that.
Why do companies use Web3 services, or when they create a product? I know you just kind of explained it, but I just want to make sure I'm clear.
Why? Well, when you companies use Web3 services when they create a product for reasons like this is, you know, to verify authentication. Okay. You know,
it makes
basically to authenticate something. You know, but you know why use Web3 in general is the decentralization of everything. So not everything is into, you know, one central source that can be blocked or cut off, and then now everybody is like, you know, pretty much stuck under that. You know, with the decentralization, that's a whole different ballgame, and that's how I got involved in like crypto and investing early in Bitcoin back in like 2014, 2015. You know, you know that's been my thing, is just investing and trading and stuff like that and that too.
What's so you trade crypto as well?
Yeah, been trading.
Swing trade, day trade,
both.
Both.
Yeah, lately I've been swing trading because of the market, going up. We entering back into a bull market. So it's just like swing trading. Like whenever I see the market go up super high, okay, let me skim some of it off. You know what I mean? And then let it go back down and buy back up. You know?
Yeah, you know what you're doing, man. You work on Wall Street. It's.
Yeah,
I know you probably didn't really learn how to trade on Wall Street, though, huh?
yeah.
You did.
You did. Yeah, you definitely do. And then like in 2013, that's when I was hearing more and more about crypto.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And they was like, well, it wasn't really crypto. They was just talking about Bitcoin back then.
Bitcoin and shit. Yeah, that's it.
Because Ethereum and all that and Litecoin and all that didn't exist yet.
Wasn't around yet.
It wasn't really there yet. It was just Bitcoin. So I was, hearing more and more about it. And then I was like, all right, you know what? Let me just exit from, working for somebody. Let me just try to go into, crypto itself. So that's what I did.
Have you ever tried to launch a crypto?
That's what I'm doing with this.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah, that's what we're doing with this. It's on crypto.
Okay. Damn, that's hard, bro. And you get a representation. It's damn like a painting. It's kind of like a painting, like how you got the valuation and you got to authenticate it and all that type of stuff.
Yep.
But it's kind of bringing that essence on to like to where you can brand things yourself and make it make sense to the general public. But nah, that's dope, bro.
Yeah, and then beyond just my stuff, like to other things that I've invested in and stuff like that. As far as like the medicinal area, there's been opportunities where, like for example, one thing with like Free Ray Ricky Ross, he reached out because he was looking for investments for his,
And he was having
his
issues
line,
with banking and stuff.
yeah, and all that. So he was like looking for like $250K for his brand and his warehouse and stuff like that. So that was something to consider. But right now, I'm really focusing on shrooms. Mm-hmm. So a lot of different states aren't really focused on that yet, and they still got like a bad stigma to shrooms. But that's a whole lot more safer than any type of medical marijuana or weed at all.
Man, I was thinking about being a shroom and edible man.
Yeah.
It's like a Schedule C drug. It's damn near like selling crack. So I was like, hell nah. Like I met a lady. She had a pop-up shop, and she had like some dope edibles, like lollipops, all type of stuff. And she was a real plug, meaning like you send the bread, she send your product.
Right.
But I was like, man, it's cool. If it was like regular, I probably would have did it. This was like a couple years ago.
Right.
But I was like, when I found out like the charges, I was like, that ain't no slap on the wrist, bro.
Nah. Yeah, no. So like certain states have legalized it.
Yeah, some. But
not in the South. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna get away with that here in the South. But
I
like,
wish you would.
But like where I'm at, like that's fully legal out there now.
Yeah.
So like, or like over in Denver or something like that, in Colorado. And then another state like Massachusetts, that's been a new state. So like, it's this one company that I, recently got involved with, and we doing numbers, like crazy numbers, and I wasn't even expecting this quickly, but we doing crazy numbers because more and more states are now opening up to allowing that.
Open the floodgates.
Yeah, and it's actually. It's actually safe. It's actually a safer, medicinal product to use because you're not dealing with, anything.
The
toxins.
Smoke.
Yeah, from smoke. You're not dealing with none of that. So, we doing crazy numbers with that. But yeah, that's called the Shroom Store. So we doing that.
Damn, that sounds like a dope trap spot, man.
Yeah.
It's dope, bro. Damn.
Yeah, we doing numbers with that though. And we got crazy numbers coming next year. You know it.
Yeah. Nah, that's what's up. Damn, that's what's up, bro. All right, man. So we finna wrap it up, man. We're just gonna ask a couple questions, man. And
dating and stuff.
All right. So look, arm day or leg day?
Arm day or leg day?
Mm-hmm.
I say arm day. But you gotta still get the leg day in at some point. The next day.
Yeah, you do. All right. So right now you in Cali right now.
Yeah, Cali.
What part of Cali?
Calabasas.
Calabasas.
It's like north suburbs of LA.
Okay. So you like suburbs better than the beach? Or the beach right next to it?
It's right next to it. It's like 15-minute
it's
drive
cool.
to Malibu, bro.
Oh, no, that's cool. All right, so cool, man. All right, so the 50-50 combo been in effect, man.
Yeah.
Would you go 50-50 with someone? Would you allow a woman to go 50-50, or do you not give a fuck, or is it just like, it's up to each of his own?
Yeah, I think it's each his own. I think like really, you got to do what works for you. You know what I mean?
I tell you.
Like honestly, like do what works for y'all, and whatever y'all do that makes sense, just do with it. You know what I mean? Like mind your business and actually succeed in it. You know what I mean? Like the whole point, in my opinion, of a relationship is love and for it to be success, right? If it's not a success, that's just me from my business mindset. If it's not a success, then it's gonna end in divorce.
I'm trying to tell you.
So, if y'all get married, now that person that's coming in with more money is at risk.
Hell yeah.
So like what would be the point of like, I don't know, like putting all your eggs in one basket and then that basket then just ripped from the bottom, now your eggs broke.
You gotta have a diverse portfolio, my brother. You know,
gotta
working on Wall Street.
I mean,
I gotta. And at the end of the day, if I'm gonna have something to do with the company, I just want to be a majority stakeholder.
Exactly.
Like 51%.
Yeah.
49, 51. You know, but nah, I feel you though. I mean, as far as me, bro, if I was I mean, like I say, to each his own. Because I know some men that everything they paid for came from a woman. And they'll brag to you. You know they.
I ain't about that, but I'm just saying, yeah.
You know, I know
do it work.
I know a couple people, man. They they call themselves P. To where they make it work for them. So it would be atrocious for them to spend money on a woman. But as far as as far as me, I'm gonna take care of me. You know what I'm saying? I don't really I'm like asking for all asking for help and all that type of stuff. But I'm not married, so at the same time, it would only make sense for me to take care of me or whatever, and not get in that situation. I'm just blessed, bro, that I can afford. I'm just blessed I can afford whatever I want to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's really the goal. Like I'm just blessed. But yeah, I mean, if I got a girlfriend, wife, or whatever, she putting something in. Like I ain't saying on the bills, but it's gonna be some type of contribution.
Exactly.
You know
to the household. I did the whole situation where I paid for everything.
Yeah.
And I would ask her, be like, hey, just keep the house clean when I come home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like it would be like, okay, we're gonna do chores on Sunday. I'm like, wait, what? Like, damn, I'm paying all this for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta keep it clean.
Keep it clean, cuz.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah. I don't think that shit motivating enough, bro, for people to get the optimum version they sell. It's kind of boring, bro, and it's not enough motivation. It's like the same shit every day. So it's like, honestly, man, get a hobby, get something going on, and me personally, I would never have nobody in a situation where they asking me for Uber money and shit like that, bro.
Like what 50 said, he said it in his book. He was like, being a man and being a provider and taking care of a woman, he has no problem with that. But taking care of a woman that needs to be taken care of or has to be taken care of is a problem.
Yeah.
Because that's not now you dealing with somebody that is needing you 100% of the time for that reason.
Yeah.
Versus somebody that can do for themselves and can actually provide for themselves. And I really think before anybody should get into that conversation, everybody should live by themselves and see what it takes to do. Yeah. Like to not only pay for your own things completely, but then also like clean and do that kind of stuff. Right? It's not hard.
Yeah.
I do all that stuff by myself, bro. Like that. Yeah. That is not hard. So just to see that that other half contribute in whatever way y'all want to split it. Mm-hmm. Whether that person take care of all the finances and you take care of all the household issues, or if y'all have kids, cool. You know what I mean? You understand the severity of what it takes to take care of that part, and you appreciate that person.
And then I'm attracted to boss bitches, bro. So
me too.
If you at the crib all day and you ain't got no motion going on, I see this chick, she got 10 food trucks already, or she own a restaurant. That shit more attractive than an ass and titty alone, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
What you think about the date, the list of the first dates that women don't want to go to? It was like it popped off with Cheesecake Factory, ended up with I think it ended up in sports events, bro. I think that's off the table too, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Like I love going to sporting events, and you gonna turn on this courtside seat?
Yeah, see, they used to they used to nosebleed. They meant to say no nosebleed, but even so,
I can't relate. But I'm saying like even so,
then, we having fun.
Yeah, it's about getting to know that person.
Hell yeah,
you know what I mean? It ain't about like the materialistic, shallow stuff. You know what I mean?
Tell you, bro.
Like You know what I mean? That's why I even come to like dates sometimes like with nothing on. Like even today, I ain't got on no jewelry.
Yeah.
You might see me with earrings on. That's it, or little chain. You know?
Yeah.
I ain't got on nothing flashy because I don't want you around me for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want
Man, I'm
you
your boy, man. It's the right reason. No, I'm just playing.
I'm
I'm playing, bro.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean?
Man. We cool, man. We just having an interview. But nah, I feel you, bro. If you got too much bait, right? Say,
Yeah.
for instance, like, you got the bait when they met you, and then the first thing you text them is where you want to go.
Right.
They pull up, you done bought them a little cute gift or some shit, and you gotta go to Nobu the first day. It's like,
Yeah.
shit, nigga, let's keep the motion going on. Like, you don't know, but you don't even like her. Like, it's like, it's a great time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, at the end of the day, I don't think niggas care about the person. But
Yeah.
I'd be like, bro, or it's like, I'm like, Shawty, if you don't take if we ain't going to cheesecake, we can't start off with cheesecake, and I don't really eat Cheesecake Factory.
Right.
But I mean, we ain't gonna start off at Nobu. That's for like, that's for women that's damn near girlfriend.
I just went to Nobu.
We locked in. Yeah, nah, it's cool though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Going
I mean,
to Malibu.
sometimes it be, if you balling, you balling, but
Yeah.
but I'm not just quick to take you on the time of your life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, it's just like, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna do the most. I'm not competing with nobody. I'm gonna go where I want to go, and I like pretty good food, and we gonna have a good time, man. But as far as the dates, you think it's cap the 21st dates? Like, would you?
Yeah. If a chick holds me up to that, you know, to that list, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not going because it's," I'm like, "Okay, well, all right,
Cool.
peace." You know what I mean? Like we ain't gotta.
I feel you.
We ain't gotta go.
Yeah, no, it's
know what I
cool.
mean?
It's
Like,
cool. I'm gonna go.
You know?
You take your ass home. You stay at the
You
house.
stay there. Like you ain't gotta deal with me. That's cool because I understand that you setting that standard from the start, and that's okay. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you wrong for that, but I'm not wrong for not wanting to deal with that. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta deal with it. So yeah, I feel like people should just do what works for them. You know what I mean? And you know, set the standard that you got for yourself. Don't set other people to those standards.
Yeah, man, we gotta stop letting social media ruin our lives, man. Because
You
at
gotta
the
be
end of
real
the
with
day,
yourself.
you post the best picture on social media, and I do feel like it makes the evaluation of pussy go up. Like as far as if it was on the stock exchange, the perceptual value. I feel like that, some venture capitalist talk. I feel like it made, but at the same time, it's just like shit. I mean, most people come with a price sticker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like most people come with a price sticker. When you look at somebody, you just, you got to fit something in your range, man. It's like,
What you feel about the term "I'm the prize"?
I ain't gonna lie, it's a little arrogant. You know what I'm saying? As far as it's like, I put it this way, it's just like, I just ain't quick to say that or making nobody feel like I'm just like a dominator,
Right.
or whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, if I got the motion and you don't have much motion, I'm a prize. I ain't gonna say I'm the prize.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you ain't finna say looks alone is gonna trump all this fucking work I put in. I got we having, I'm on the path to generational wealth, and most people is not even, they trying to go to hookah bar and spend their money in a place where the nigga financially wealthy are. I own this place, and it's just like, all that, a lot of people do boring shit, bro. Like they be trying to take you off your goals by, going out on a weird day, like going out for drinking on a Tuesday. It's cool, but not if we ain't really got no fruitful conversation to hover over.
Right.
Or it's like just doing shit to look cute for the ground, bro. It's like that should be a turn off to me. And once I see somebody and they feel like they live for an image of others, I wish them well in their future endeavors.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like you're not. My opinion on it, I feel like the prize is the love that y'all create together. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be dating you if I didn't see value in you. You shouldn't be dating me if you don't see value in me, right?
I'm trying to tell
So
you.
the love and the life y'all create, that should be the prize. If y'all create a child together, that should be the prize. You know what I mean? Like the prize, if you're gonna talk about the prize, but y'all both should be prizes to each other.
Trying to tell
You know what I mean? It shouldn't be no one sided.
Yeah, yo, if you a winner, why would you fuck with a loser?
Why would you even have them around you?
Yeah.
That don't even make sense, bro. Like, you shouldn't be paying for somebody's existence in your life.
Hell nah, bro.
You know what I mean? It
that.
shouldn't work like that, bro.
Yeah, I'm not, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not nobody's survival kit.
I'm not gonna be nobody's meal ticket either. Like, we gotta both put
Hell
in our
nah.
money together.
We
gotta put in our mind together. We gotta put in our efforts together.
Yeah.
To make it work. You know what I mean? So
I don't even date financially unstable. Like women that don't budget their money or they can't pay their bills. That shit unattractive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I remember one time, yeah, bro, just anybody that's always behind on bills and it's like no emergency and they get paid the same shit every 2 weeks or it's like
you ain't got no motion.
You're not taking losses. It's like I could take a loss right now,
right?
A big ass loss, and it's like it will. I don't make the same thing every day, so I just say, okay, this is what I make. I'm gonna divide that by 0.65%, and I'm gonna pretend like the extra 35% that's for losses or the incidentals or whatever. But it's like, yeah, if you ain't got no type of financial plan, and I really like women that are a little more financially savvy than me. But come on, it's 2023. I'm not gonna be that demanding. But it's like, if I feel like you opposite of that, like I'm not dating nobody I go broke with, bro.
Why would you do that? Because then on top of that, they're gonna want you to fully provide for them, and then if something happened in your bread, guess where they going?
To your homeboy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, or let's say y'all even got married, you know what I mean? And for whatever reason, you decided to do that and marry that person that ain't got nothing going on, right? All they got is looks.
Yeah.
Like, what's gonna happen when the money drive? If the money goes with a honey stay, ain't that what Jay and Fab said? Like,
yeah.
Like, where they gonna go? So then on top of that, they gonna file for divorce from you.
Facts.
And guess what the court gonna do? Split it 50-50.
Yeah.
But then they so against 50-50 when it come down to contributing.
Yeah.
But they don't want to contribute nothing as far as that 50-50 that the court gonna split.
Yeah.
They gonna take that house that you didn't pay for all them years or however long you had it.
Yeah.
And then now it's going to her.
Shit.
And then that lifestyle gonna continue to go to her in alimony.
Man, fellas,
how that work?
You need to know about trusts, offshore accounts.
Exactly.
And hiding the assets, man. You ever seen the movie Laundromat?
Yeah.
All right, you already know, man. She thought she came up after that divorce.
Yeah.
She had this big company. It was worth some money. And the trust transferred the ownership of the company from one person to the other, and they ended up with shit, man, at the end of the day, man. So, fellas, when it come down to that 50-50, if you're looking at it from the angle of them leaving and taking 50, look at the movie Laundromat. It's on Netflix. One of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like I might go home and watch it today, man. And yeah, man, you got anything you want to say before we get up out of here, man?
Man, go ahead and check out Mansa.io.
Okay, yep.
And check out the website, you know what I mean? Check out the beats. I still got beats for sale, you know what I mean? So if you wanna go ahead and check out some of the beats, you got some of those too.
Yeah, man. All right, cool, man. So there's been another episode of Multiple Streams by Any Means. And remember, good things go to those that hustle.
Right on.